Okay, good morning everyone. Is anyone here because the stream is only showing one viewer? I hope it's bugged, but nevertheless I'm gonna do this for the recording anyway. So let me just close all my private applications here and then I'm gonna switch the scene so you guys can actually watch again. You're here so it should be minimum 2, streamers always count 2. Well, it only says 1 streamer, but I can actually look at this users in chat. Actually, if I click on users in chat, there's like, it looks like there's 20 people. I'm not sure if that's accurate though, but yeah. I guess we will go on anyway. So give me 1 second before I have all the crap closed. Okay, almost leaked more. This looks good, all screens looking clean. Okay, so let me pop out the chat so we can pop out chat. Yep. Put that on the screen, put it small over here. Okay, I'm gonna switch scenes once more and then we can get going. So a quick question. I've made some changes. As you can see, there's this follow goal here because we're close to 100 follows, which would be a huge milestone. Coca, hi, thank you. Welcome. The other changes, we have this follow event list up there too. So if anyone followed, their name will be there. So maybe this is some sort of incentive. Then I made one additional scene. So I'm sorry, I think the lighting is a bit bad here, but I'm not sure how I would be able to improve it. Yeah, this is worse. Okay, I think we can make do with this one. So the new scene would be, I think this, is this any better? I think this is significantly worse. We would have this black space here, so a bit more of the screen would be visible. Maybe we would have to put some socials up there too. I'm not sure, but let me know if this is anything that you guys would want changed. So let's go back to what we're used to. Yes, very weird. It's still showing me only one person in only one view, one viewer. But okay, I'm taking your guys' words for it. Even when I'm on the actual stream page, it only says 1. People want to see the less clutter is best. Sorry, I'm not sure I'm following 100%. Did you mean, let's go with this one that you're currently seeing. Let's say this is option 1, and this one is option 2. So option 2 is this one, and this is option 1. Which one do you prefer? Just please don't make your chatbot call out every new follow in chat. I personally cringe every time I see that. Am I doing this? I didn't make any changes, but I did add stream elements yesterday. Is this the default configuration? Yeah, I'm not doing it. Great. So do we want to go with layout 1, which is this one, or do we want to go with layout 2, which was the other one with the small black space in there? You're voting this layout, okay. Let's just go with this one until someone else complains, I guess. So for today, a couple of things. I was talking about this chat I had with a friend yesterday, because he had an interesting story to tell me. We haven't met since actually we haven't really met since graduation, which was in 2014, I think. And then on a business event in southern Austria, in late September, we randomly met. Like, this was a business event. He apparently is self-employed, And we met up there and we were chatting. And we decided, since we're all in the capital cities, we want to meet up someday. And usually those things like fizzle out somehow, but we actually met up yesterday, and he was telling me how he actually canceled his previous contract with the customer. He was doing headhunting for HR headhunting, and he is a bit in the air now. He doesn't know what to do, or didn't know what to do, until he realized that he might go back to drop shipping. And drop shipping, for those of you that are not aware, is where you basically sell a product, then you charge someone else the responsibility of shipping that product, right? So you personally never touch the actual product. You just tell someone else to fulfill it. And what he does is he does this with print on demand stuff. It's apparently a huge market. I was not aware that this is such a big thing because I personally never bought something like this. But let me give you a quick overview. It's like the page he was working with is Printify, right? So Printify. Let's have a look at their landing page. I'm sure this will help a bit. So yeah, you see, you have like a t-shirt, a mug, something else, whatever you care about, and you can upload a picture, and it will be on this this element, right? On a mug, on a t-shirt, on even on bed sheets, right? And this apparently is a huge market, and what a lot of people are doing, very funny, they're just brute forcing these things, right? So they just, if there's any new trend, they source some kind of image that they are allowed to use, and then they generate 100 of designs with this, and then offer this on a store of theirs, right? So Printify does not offer the store, but it does interface with stores like Shopify. So if you have a Shopify store, you can, from what I've gathered yesterday, you have a Shopify store, you have your Printify account. Printify manages all your offers pretty much, and Shopify is then the place where you actually sell it, right? But you can do your search engine optimization for your Shopify store, which would then allow you to pretty much brute force the entirety of the product palette. So funny enough, I was looking at GitHub if anyone has ever attempted to do something like this, and I found this one. This repository is really interesting. What this guy does, there is a list of phrases, right? Like cartoon cats in space and stuff. And these pretty much are just ChatGPT prompts, right? And if you look at the create images file, the only thing it does, it creates an image. Where is it? Um, up. Yeah. What they do, there's this image prompt, right? And this file creates AI generated images, right? Puts them out in a data frame, and they might be upscaled to be improved in quality, and then they are just brute forced onto the website, right? So there's just a shit ton of random ass AI generated designs up for grabs. You can buy them, and the name is in the file, right? And the description and everything the tags are all generated by ChatGPT, which is very funny. And so apparently there is a really big market where people just like sell random shirts, and anyone who's interested might buy them. So what he's doing now, he has something that's less automated, and it's not AI generated. He would have a lot of images that he's allowed to use, and some form of list, and he wants to bulk upload this to his Printify account. And so what he found, there is no, usually, initially he didn't find anything. I asked him if he would be down to do a bit more research, because I didn't believe that there is no solution out there, because if this is such a really big market, then I would guess there must be something. And he then found a Windows desktop application that does something like this, where it reads files from a file path from the operating system. And granted, they don't just upload to Printify, they upload to a variety of hosts and stores, but the cost is 600 euros per month, and I thought I had a look at the software. It looked awful. It behaved awfully. It was very laggy. I was 100% sure I can provide something better, and if we're doing this with a web app, right, then there isn't this restriction towards a Windows application anymore, because a lot of people might be using Mac, and if you're using a web app, anyone can use it, right, even with a mobile phone. So I was thinking maybe this is interesting, and yesterday he showed me another website, which was Flying Research, right, and they're apparently doing everything, right? The website doesn't matter how it looks. POD stands for print on demand. I just learned this yesterday, and they offer a lot of stuff, right? So if you look at their pricing, there's this research, and there's actually there's this upload stuff, and I don't know how you do, if this upload stuff is free anyway, but everything that they're offering, I think I could replicate and do better. So the question is whether we want to replicate this and maybe do some a small friendly commercial battle with these people. They're based in Germany, so I hope they have a fighting spirit. Maybe we could do something like this. Yesterday, at some point, I thought there was no other option. Now I'm learning that this is interesting. This is existing. I've also been looking at. I made a Reddit post in the Printify subreddit, so everything I'm showing you here is public anyway. Good morning, Lars. We will have the Discord stage in a second. I just got lost in rambling on about the Printify stuff. So I asked both in the dropship subreddit and in the Printify subreddit. And in the Dropify subreddit, there was just some person that didn't understand what I'm writing. Fine. I clarified a bit, and they eventually said that if I were to build it, I should let them know, because they would be interested in something like this. So this is a good pointer, at least. I also asked to Printify, and there's one person who's also a developer, but he was struggling with some kind of implementation. And then I had a few chat messages with a few people that were also interested in using something like this. So either they don't know about this big suite here, or this big solution, or they don't like it. I haven't investigated more. The friend of mine that I was talking to yesterday promised that he will also do some research and provide me with it by end of today. So yeah, we should be seeing more by then. I will keep you guys updated. I will not just blindly start developing this. We'll have a look at the community projects, and we will also now jump into what I promised was the Discord stage, right? Then there's also something I want to make a few changes to the community website, because if we have a look at it currently, I have to get someone into developing a logo and brand identity for us, because we don't have any, right, and we can't keep the Django web icon forever. And so this is the delta to yesterday. We have 2 more Twitch followers. By now we have 98, I think, so we have 3 more since 2 a.m. this morning. We have 4 more subscribers on YouTube, and we have 7 more Discord members. Great. So what's obviously missing is here, we don't have any keywords here. We aren't really showing up on any search engine yet. And of course, if you were to join our Discord, how do you do this, right? There is no linking here. This is really up for improvement. So, but now let's jump into Discord. I was talking yesterday that we can have this Discord stage here, and let me just go into my settings where I can select the input device of the external microphone. I will have the output of my AirPod, because otherwise you should be hearing feedback, and we don't want this. So here we have the stream stage, right? Oh wow, there's some waiting music. I'm gonna mute this one. And there's 2 people in the audience, as I see. And what I want to do here is, as we said yesterday, Lars was having a few questions, an open discussion about the business side and what my approach is to market my services. And I'm super down to talk about this, and we will start this today. Anyone who wants to join, and want to talk, please join the stream stage. Anyone who just wants to listen, I think should be good to. It should be fine if they stay on stream. If there is like a problem with the audio feedback, so that you do not hear what other people are saying, let me give please give me a shout. Do you hear this music now? I only hear it in one ear, but do you guys hear anything? Because it's not showing up in the mixer. It would be unlucky if this wouldn't work. When you joined, you heard music. Do you hear music now? Because I think otherwise I would have to pipe this through somehow. Because maybe I need to. You're hearing music now. Okay, great. So you actually hear this. Then I think we should be good to go with joining this. And let's hop into what everyone's looking. I need to start the stage. Right? And I think we're just gonna have no music right now. Okay, so what I heard was this, there's this two-way audio settings. Yes, I mean, now I muted it again, right? But you don't hear this one. So let me, yeah. Do you hear the music now? I started it again. Okay, this is, do you, since you're the streaming professional, do you have an idea for me? Yeah, you can't hear my device sounds. What I read is that I would need to like create a virtual audio card. Yeah, you need an audio capture. How do I add an audio capture? An audio output capture in OBS. Yeah, okay. Well, let me put this here. Here, right? In advanced audio settings. Okay, let me put over the entire Streamlabs thingy. You tell me what to do. And the capture sources. Okay, I'm doing this here. There is probably audio somewhere. Video audio output capture. Okay, so far so good. Let's call it audio output capture. That it? You also hear this annoying sound now? Okay, so do you hear something? Yeah, buddy, I already think I think it's already here, right? So we have. Yeah, it's not showing. It's not showing up here. Yeah, see, it only says those two things, and this black hole stuff is something that I actually created some time ago to pipe this over there. So maybe if I were to do this, so you're hearing it now, right? Yeah, but now I don't hear anything anymore. So how do can I do some dual settings, right? Sound settings. Can I do double output? See, this is the stream. Oh, okay. A Steam streaming. Okay. So if I were now, I hear everything and you don't hear anything anymore. Now you hear stuff. So let me just Google this. Can it play sound on both? This is what I would love to. Sadly, I don't see an option here. Also but maybe. No, I can only select one of these. Play audio through multiple speakers, maybe, and headphones. Yeah, this sounds great. Oh, create multi-output device. Okay, so I'm gonna do, what is it? Audio MIDI setup. Audio MIDI setup. And I do, there is a plus to click somewhere. Okay. I create a multi-output device. And I select my AirPods and this one. Okay. So okay, there's already something that can I delete this? I delete. Okay, so maybe this works. Okay, I hear it, and I think you guys hear it too, right? So it shows here. Oh, it shows on here. You hear it, I hear it. Great. So the question is why my right AirPod does not work. Thanks for staying with me on this technical journey here, guys. Okay, I hear it in both ears, and I think we're good to go. So let's get this annoying music out of all our ears. You don't hear it again? Wow. This is the output device. Oh, maybe because the AirPod reconnected. Yeah. Okay, I think now you're back online. Yeah, it was here. Because the right AirPod reconnected, it set to AirPods. Yeah. Okay. I'll keep Streamlabs on the second screen here, and I will do my very best to monitor all of this. Okay, so I'll mute the music now that I know it works. I will join the stage here, and I guess we're just gonna start talking. Oh, we have to add a stage topic. I don't think we need to let everyone know because they would be here by now. I'll just call it community chat. For lack of a better word. Let's start the stage. And hi, so Lars, you're here. I think I have to invite you up somewhere. Invite to speak. Yeah, good morning. So I hope you can hear me too, after all our technical difficulties here. Perfect. Okay, you had a question, right? Or a variety of questions. Yeah, go ahead. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. So, do you have a product? Oh, you can't hear him now. Well, maybe this changed again. Hang on. You don't hear any sound from the oh boy. Oh, maybe because here we have for output device. Yeah. I know the problem. I know the problem. This is really tedious. Holy moly. Okay, I need to put this to the multi-output device too. Can you give us a shot again? Lars, you still here?
Sorry, yeah, you mean
Yeah.
me?
Yeah, perfect. I hope everyone is hearing him now.
Hello, hello, hello.
Okay, perfect. So Deadman greets you.
Perfect.
Mascaf, thank you for the follow, and let's jump into the discussion. Okay, so you said you're a full stack developer already. You are pretty confident with your development skills. Is there any product that you have created already that you might want to sell?
So I have basically a few clients which I
Hmm.
did some customized developments for them.
Okay.
This is, although I don't think it's scalable to sell that to other companies.
Okay, maybe that's not true. I found this. I also thought that one of my products that I created was a very very tailored product.
Mhm.
Do you want the thing is, selling and marketing is different for every product you want to bring to another person. So if we have a concrete example, I think we could help you better, because I was talking about
Yeah, let me think that for a second. I don't want to
yeah,
give away too much.
okay, that's fine. I think on last stream I talked about how I did it with one of the products that were tailored towards the the hospitality area.
Mhm.
So what I did there is I went to conventions that were based about the topic, right? So actually there was this in Austria, in Vienna, there was something called Tourismustage, which translates to tourism days, and I actually was there because we had this partnership with Airbnb, and I got to know a lot of people there, and I sold to two of them. Shit, thank you for the follow, nice name. So
Okay. So you basically like just try to go to conventions, talk to people,
it really
figure out their
depends,
problems.
right? Do you have like this Spotify type of product that pretty much fits everyone? Then yeah, just traditional marketing approaches would work, I guess. You could also do social media marketing. But if you have a bigger product where the licensing fees are, for example, in the thousands of euros, you
Mhm.
typically don't sell this over a social ad, or at least I didn't. So, but something that works here is finding people to talk with and convincing them this way. But if you have an example, we could think about something together. Anyone here in the stream chat or stream viewership, if you want to join in on this on the discussion, because anyone might know more than me, go
So
ahead.
what I'm thinking about building is tailored AI chatbots for clients. So I'm pretty good in the finance market. So
Okay.
I have like a few clients there, and also because I live in Cyprus, I have like some connections to the finance industry.
Okay.
And what I was thinking, like these people, they for customer support, they have like at least sometimes 10 people in different languages, Chinese, English, Spanish, whatever. And what I was thinking is basically create a AI chatbot with ChatGPT connected to their data sources via API.
Okay.
And so the bot can answer tailored question either to their accounts, to the specific questions, or they just pull something from knowledge base. And I think that would be really really beneficial because it's not like a big solution where they really don't care about the fine-grained details.
Mm-hmm.
So this was basically one product I'm looking to build.
Okay. I actually a
And
friend of mine actually built the same. He called it Support GPT, and this is a um. Sorry, I think I cut you off. Were still talking?
yeah, I mean,
Okay, go on.
maybe we can discuss about how you would approach that when it comes to marketing.
So a few questions first. What is your ideal audience? Who do you want to sell this to?
So I want to sell this to mainly financial companies who have who can really reduce costs when it comes to customer support.
Okay, why does it have to be mainly or only for financial companies?
To be honest, I mean, I think you need to niche down in the beginning. So this is where I
Hmm.
would start,
Okay.
and because I might be able to get a few test clients before I start building the product, this would be actually the perfect solution for me. Just like collect like a couple of customers, and once they agree, then I start building it, and then I can scale that way.
This is very great.
Um,
This is something that I would really recommend if you can. If you have a few what I call them friendly customers, right? So people that are willing to build the product with you alongside you, maybe even pay for both the usage and the development. This is the ideal scenario here. The question is how you can compete with others here, right? So the thing is, from what I gather with this idea, you fine tune a open source model with customer data, right?
I would not. Yeah, basically, yeah,
Mhm.
you can put it that way. Yeah.
Okay, so you are you gonna feed existing support videos in there and support articles?
I wouldn't do videos actually. I would, yeah, like knowledge base,
Hmm.
PDF files of there, and yeah, a text-based input basically.
Okay. Maybe video is an option for you too. A friend of mine that I've been talking about does use video too because his friendly customer has a lot of support videos and you can uh, get a transcript from the videos with AI
Hmm.
and then of course feed it into vector stores too. But the problem is you are competing with a lot of people on the global market here, which makes it a bit more different.
Yeah, I mean there are like big companies like Live Chat.
Hmm.
I think the other one is TalkTO or something. Yeah, but what I think is that they don't have any API connections to like to the client's CRM systems,
Hmm.
and this would be one of the main unique selling points that we can build is basically we can because we can pull live customer data, what the other like the bigger companies don't care and don't want because it's like too much hassle for them.
Okay, you are allowed to use this CRM data for training the models because I think
It
you
will not
wouldn't.
be trained
Yeah.
that way. It will, let's say, user connect. We pull the data from the CRM APIs. So and then you can feed it into the prompts. So if the customer has some specific questions about like some transactions he did or whatever, then the GPT can basically answer regarding to that.
Okay. I'm gonna leave the legal side to you, of course. This was just one quick curveball I had. So
Yeah,
yeah.
but it's not going to be trained, so it will
Hmm.
pull data
Yeah, but
on the
it's
fly,
yeah, but
basically.
it still will transmit it elsewhere, right? If you were
Mhm.
to
Yeah.
yeah, okay. Um, well, you know about GDPR, you know about how this stuff works, so I'm trusting you did or will do some research. The other question is, since you won't be able to compete globally, I assume, because you would need significant funding and a lot more people,
Yeah.
you will of course need to find a niche and work there. So if you were to find, let's say you find a customer, you what how do you ensure that the customer will not leave your product for another product? Right? There's a few ways. Did you think about any one of them?
I think once we did customizations for clients, I don't think there is a need for them to jump back to one of the bigger solutions out there
Okay.
because it's already tailored to them.
Okay, great. So, but what if if someone else would also offer this? Is this it's something that's easily achievable? Like, can the big companies do this too? Or is there some? I think everywhere where there's manual labor involved is hard
Hmm.
to to replace. So if you were to manually set up stuff, like
Hmm.
I give you an example with the hospitality software that I do, it's white labeled for every customer. There is some manual stuff involved where both the customer and I will have to make some time commitment. We have to sit at a table, talk about what how they are actually doing stuff now, and how they need this automated. And I think the same would apply to you too, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Hmm. Perfect. So you have like this basis that will bind them to you inevitably, which is great. And maybe you can even like advance the product that you're building with the input from one or two of your customers. So, but initially we were talking about how to acquire customers. So, do you have the way you've been talking make feels like you have been doing a lot of research already. Do you have one or two friendly customers already, or have you people? Do you have people that you can talk to, or have you talked to anyone yet?
So I haven't talked to anyone yet. I
Hmm.
have some, like I said, I have some clients who are in my mind. They're basically the ideal customer. I haven't approached them with that specific thing yet. But I think I do have like a prospect list. So it's like kind of I did some
Hmm.
research on leads and but I didn't contacted them yet.
Okay. So ideally, you want to be at the stage where people recommend you, right? Obviously, everyone wants this, but how do you get there? By, well, ultimately acquiring the first customer yourself. And the first customer is the hardest, then is a bit easier, and the first 10 customers are significantly harder than the next 90, right? Because you have a lot of stuff that you can rely and fall back to. And I would suggest you talk to one of these people. And I mean, my strategy here, I've been talking about it yesterday. Maybe this applies to you too. I'm I'm usually the way I best make connections is by talking to these people in in a casual setting. I did a cold call a few weeks ago, and it was a very disastrous experience for me. It wasn't my fault. Person was on holiday and complained that I was using what is calling his personal number, although it was listed on the webpage, and he pretty much hung up on me, and this was a bad experience for me. And the thing is, if you are doing cold calls to smaller agencies, you reach people that can actually decide stuff. If you want to sell to a bigger company, you usually don't get a person with decision capabilities or significant management power on a call that quickly. So if you are on a, I'm not sure how it works in Cyprus, but I'm sure there's some conventions there. And since this is a significantly financial heavy island, I want to say, chances that you find people in the banking sector there that make decisions or are allowed to make decisions is
Hmm.
probably a good idea. So I
Yeah,
would suggest you find some sort of convention center. I'm sure there is one. See what's up
there are
there.
so many.
There are so many.
Yeah.
Great, perfect. So I've been going to the one that's pretty much right next to where I live, and I've just been talking to people, listening to them because most people that actually like what they're doing or are proud of their work also love to talk about it like no other, right?
Hmm.
So if you were to genuinely talk about them, listen to them, be interested in what they say, you can also answer questions, right? And one of the questions, well, um, so you're doing this and this is extremely great. What needs improving, or how could you do even better and stuff? And if these people answer with, well, there is a lot of manual stuff, this is where my eyes light up, right? But if they for or you can actually explicitly ask them how they are handling support or custom support, right? And if they say, yeah, we're using Zendesk, we have 20 people working there. I have no idea how big in what ballpark we're playing with staff here,
It
but
can, from my experience, it can get like I know companies who have like five Chinese customer support agents
mhm,
basically. So yeah, there's a lot room to improvements.
okay, great. Yeah, then maybe you have been thinking about this a lot. You have been talking to other people already. If you can
Mhm.
reference someone that you've been talking to, is always great, right? You shouldn't lie about everything, or about anything. I mean, obviously there's this fake it till you make it mentality in some areas, and you decide for yourself what you want to do. But if you
To
have
be
been,
honest, I would the first customers I would try. Sorry to interrupt you.
no, go
I would
ahead.
try to just be honest, like guys, this is the idea I have in mind. I think it can be beneficial for you. What do you think? Are you looking to be like one test client, obviously for lower rate, that kind of stuff? And if they agree, then I would start building it.
Yeah, this is a great way too. Um, this is the super honest way that I love. One thing that I can give you on your way here is, if you're more of the tech guy, which I think you are, probably mention this at the first meeting, right? When I'm talking to other CEOs, and I'm on a table that I want to make something clear right from the beginning, that I'm not a trained salesperson. I'm a software engineer. I do the technical stuff, but everything that I'm promising here on this table um, will be executed by my hands, and I'm not promising you something that the development department cannot fulfill, because I am also the development department. And this
Yes.
this is something that's usually really authentic, and people usually find extremely nice, and then they want to strike up a conversation significantly quicker. Maybe this works for you too.
Mm-hmm.
One question is that the bigger the clients are that you're working with, the more um, I want to say reinsurance they want to have. Because if you're a one person army here, and even though your product, your what's the word? Even though your results are exceptional, there is always this risk that something happens to you, right? So
Of course.
just be prepared to answer that question in any way, shape, or form that's true and works for you. I personally have a few, want to say, safety measures for this in place. I have two people that have access to the code bases, and should anything happen to me, they can both um, keep maintaining the product and also transfer the ownership to someone else. What's also possible is that you have someone inside the client company have partial charge of this. I'm not sure if you want to open source not open source, not the right word, but if you want to share the source with the company or the servers where it's running, maybe that works. Maybe that's something they you would do for a fee.
Yeah, to
Yeah.
think about it, my thinking was basically I will just charge them some licensing fee on a monthly retainer basis.
Hmm.
But yeah, I think that's a good idea to just like bring in people from them to be a backup and have their so they have at least some access.
Yes,
And
that this is something that you will learn in the conversation ideally. Like if they
Mhm.
have internal people that they trust and they want to rely on, that's great. If they would rather have someone else do everything because they think that their employees have too much on their hands already, yeah, then maybe you have someone else that you can trust deal with the contract, stating that they can back you up if anything happens to you.
yeah, that's a good advice. Thank you for that.
Yeah, you're welcome. So you want to go this route and talk to some people on conferences maybe, or your
Yeah,
pro.
I think
Yeah.
I will do some more brainstorming, try to build an offer, and then I will
Mhm.
approach my current network. Let's see if some of them are interested, and
Yeah.
if I can find some client, then I will also go to in conventions and try to scale it that way.
Yeah, that's perfect. The most expensive thing for you is to do nothing, right? So if you try and fail, that's super great. If you well, as long as you try again, then right. So go ahead, try something. If something fails, let us know. If you succeed at first try, also let us know. Um,
Hmm.
and if we can give you any more help, the thing is, most of this is really depending on the customer. And the more people you talk to, the more you will get this feeling how what they actually want and how you need to present yourself and the software or the product that you're selling them. Because there might be different things you can highlight. Like one of them might be you do not have to rely on other people. Maybe you do not have to rely on people that have a different native language. Whatever works, you will see you will hear and can determine what their problems usually are by talking to them and by genuinely listening, right? And asking questions that make them feel you actually listen to them. Okay. So is there anything else that you would want to talk about? Or is there anyone else in the stream chat that would want to talk about? We can also do anything that you guys, if you're not comfortable with talking, then you can go ahead and write this either in the stream chat or on some other random Discord channel, and we can have a chat about this.
Okay, so for now, thank you so much. I think I have like a clearer picture in my mind on
Mhm.
how to approach this. And then generally, I wanted to thank you for doing this work. I think it's great to build a community like this with like-minded people who can rely on each other and help each other out. That's really a good part.
Well, thank you for being part of this, right? This would all not work without you guys, and with you especially, because you're the first person that's on this stage here.
I'm happy to come anytime.
Okay, great.
All
So
right. I will leave then, no?
yeah, perfect. Okay, so yeah, let us know if there's any success story that we can share,
I
or
will let you know.
if you file on your notes, let us know too. And it's always important to have a clear next goal or a next step that you want to follow, because the worst thing is to just hang in limbo and not know what to do.
Yes, yes. All right. Thank you so much.
Great. Then see ya. Bye. I will also leave this. Actually, I'll leave the stage, but stay in here. So if anyone were to join, mention me on Discord, and I will um, hop onto the stage again. Do you have any experience in the? Oh, there's a few questions. I'll start with the top. You have a question: how to make Twitch notifications at embed? What? You mean like this little heart that's coming up? So what I did for this little heart is, let me show you here. Here's the stream manager, right? And there is somewhere there's alerts. Because I've since yesterday am a Twitch affiliate, so you guys could actually subscribe if you want to. But I will not do any special content for people that subscribe now, because this is not centered about money, at least not yet. No, that's not the plan. So you would create a new. You go to your Twitch dashboard. You go to alerts. You create a new alert. It looks like this, and then you can make changes. Like if a person were to subscribe now, it would look like this, right? If someone is to follow, it looks like this. Someone would gift a subscription, it would look like this, right? If this is what you mean by embeds, then this is how I did it. Then you can copy your browser source on the bottom right. Let me make the screen a bit smaller. See, there's at the bottom right, there's copy. You would copy the browser URL, browser source URL, and then you go back into your broadcasting software, which is Streamlabs in my case. You go to sources, you add a new source, you choose browser source and just paste it in there. And then this does what you see. Maskav, did I answer your question? Is this what you were referring to? Do you have any experience in DevOps? As a matter of fact, I do. I have been working with a client until I think August for almost 2 years, or for more than 2 years, 2.5 years. And what they did, they had a significantly over-engineered architecture, a shit ton of microservices. It was not necessary, but they took a lot of pride in this, and they had a lot of people that had to maintain this. And I got a few glances into this, how this is I want to say, what do I want to say? How this is orchestrated, and they actually did follow the best practice stuff that we also learned in university. So this was actually pretty nice to see in the wild. And I also did a few DevOps. How do you call this? Projects inside. I also put this entire Docker Compose setup, or this entire Django setup that I was showing on the first stream, into a Kubernetes cluster with Helm. It was a fun experience. This is something that I would never have done on my own for one of the clients, because it is extremely expensive. It doesn't net you any benefit, at least not for the load that any of my customers produces. And yeah, but it was nice to do everything like the big boys at Amazon or at Google or whatever would do, right? So I was using all the big fancy pants tools. and it was a fun experience. Honestly, it's pretty much just writing configuration files. If is what it comes down to. I mean, self-employed SaaS is a kind of DevOps, I guess. Well, I don't think so, honestly. Because if you have your SaaS product and you host it or deploy it the way I did on the first stream, I honestly would not think that can be really considered DevOps, right? Because you pretty much have your server, you have your Docker Compose set up, and everything's running in the same place. DevOps, I would usually consider stuff that is multi-server, multi-architecture, a lot of fractured stuff that you usually don't need, honestly. DevOps itself is great, right? But if you are thinking about having everything in a big Kubernetes cluster, I think you should probably rethink whether this makes sense, because I have no idea why Monolith gets such a bad rep. I think Monolith is great for most times. Bum, bum, bum. So that's that. Mightyco, thank you for the follow. I forgot about you earlier, I think. So your follow, where is my chat? So follow-up would be kind of full of Windows admin with barely no coding. Yeah, working with Windows is yeah, pretty much always doing like GUI clicking, right? So you want to transition into the DevOps field? Well, honestly, as in most fields, what's probably best is just get going, right? I'm not sure if you're in university or something, or there are a few ways to get free credits, right? Free cloud credits. If you're doing like DevOps, you will always do this in the cloud, or ideally, and there is there is something from AWS called AWS Activate. All right, so this is this. I'm not sure if you would what's it called, if you are eligible for this, but have a look at this. And the interesting part about this is that you get $1,000 in credits. They will deteriorate over time, so you only have a certain time to you only have a certain time to use them, but you can do a lot of this, right? So you're either self-funded or a pre-B series, which is probably your works for you. You can probably create a fully functional company website. I would entrust you with this. And you found it has been in the past 10 years? Probably. If you're doing your Ausbildung yet, currently, then you probably haven't found it this prior than 10 years. You get $1,000 in credits, and you can play around with a lot of stuff. So, well, the thing is, this is something, I mean, what DevOps does, you write some configuration, and I mean, you can use Terraform. There's a lot of stuff. You can use Ansible for the stuff. There is so much stuff here. And there was this joke I saw on any of the social platforms recently, where it's no longer a tech stack. It's like a tech heap or dump, where there's so much stuff that you're working with, and it really depends on what the company you're in wants to work with. If you create your own company and do consulting, then yeah, you probably need to know a bit more, honestly, or review different things. But if you were to go the full cycle dev route that I am advocating here, yeah, I personally don't think that you need DevOps for any of this, because it adds significant overhead. And if you don't need it, right? If you don't need it and you still use it, you're really putting yourself in a hard place. So you dropped college. yeah, I have no opinion on this. This might be fine. This might be horrible. This really depends on your personal situation. Now, what was your college about? Or what are you like? I don't even know the English word for this, because the literal translation would be education, I think. So an artisan education, maybe, as what we would call it. But there's also some learning paths, right? It depends on. I mean, if you were to apply are you from Germany, from Austria? I'm assuming that you're from a German-speaking country because you use the German word. There is a few tracks within companies, right? So I was I was employed actually because someone asked what I was doing prior to this. I was actually working at IBM for yeah, I guess a brief amount of time. And IBM has this internal tracks, right? You have the sales track, you have the management track, and you have the development track. And inside the development tracks, there's also a few trees, right, or forks inside the path. And yeah, there's also a DevOps part. And the thing is, in a huge company or a German word would be Konzern, you pretty much once you're in there, they won't kick you out, right? They probably there were people on the team that I've been working with. If they were to not show up for a month, people probably wouldn't have noticed too. But the thing is, once you're in there, they also give you a lot of lateral transitional possibilities, which means you stay at the same. If you're just there, you stay a junior, for example, but you transition from junior web dev to junior DevOps engineer or DevOps something. I'm not sure. I think engineer is a restricted term in Germany too. This is something that big companies offer, and they also give you a lot of resources to learn with, right? So you do what you think might make sense. This is a few ideas that I can give you. A DevOps roadmap. What do you say? You business IT, finished the Ausbildung a couple of years back. So I'm internal IT for a company. Understand DevOps giant field, lots of stuff and potentially lots of hats to wear. That's true. The question is also that there is a limited amount of companies that really need great a big, not great, sorry, a big DevOps department, right? Now let's have a look at this roadmap that you showed me. Okay, so I have no idea. It says personal recommendation, so I have no idea who gives this recommendation. But let's maybe give some feedback. So first step would be to learn a programming language. Well, learning a programming language is always great. So there's no way around it. It also teaches you a lot of different ways to think or formulate problems. So I think that's a great idea. I personally don't know Go much. Do you know Python a bit? I do know JavaScript a bit. I also know Java, but I don't want to associate myself with Java because everywhere that I have encountered Java in the wild, which was also at IBM, as stuff is super boring, ancient architecture. It's really moving very, very slowly. The big companies, the Konzerne, they also move extremely slowly. So if you're fine with moving really slowly, this might be a great fit for you to stay there a while and use their extremely high learning opportunities, because we got a lot of credits. There was actual time that we had to dedicate to further educate ourselves, right? And there was a huge platform with information where we could learn from. So operating systems, yeah, I mean, there's just a lot of stuff here. It really depends on what you want to work with, right? I mean, yeah, I would not put this checkmark on Windows. I don't think that any of the the big architectures run anywhere close to Windows. I have no idea if even Microsoft uses Windows for that stuff. I think BSD is from a time past. I'm not sure if this is something that you need to invest any time in anymore. Unless, of course, you're dealing with ancient architecture. And I'm from the way I'm thinking here. The assumption that I have is that you would set up a new DevOps product, right, with Kubernetes and pretty much with everything that's on the related roadmaps stuff here. And yeah, Linux will always be present, and I have still no idea how to pronounce this in English. If it's Ubuntu or Ubuntu or Ubuntu, no idea. This is the standard that will be on servers, right? Both this and CentOS. IBM, for example, works with CentOS on most of their machines. Yeah, Red Hat. I think Red Hat Enterprise Linux has been bought by IBM. Actually, I think, because the Red Hatters joined IBM at the time I was there. Yeah, so I think if you're good with Python or Go, I'm not sure. The question is what you need it for, right? If you're just creating the server architecture, you need mostly YAML for this. Yeah, but Python as a super nice scripting language will always help you automate stuff. Python is just extremely convenient. Learn to live in a terminal. Yes, definitely. A editor will always be important. I use Vim, for example. You do whatever you want. You can also use Nano, which is probably the slowest one of them. But as you get used to this, there is a great guy. He is Anthony Codes is his, or Anthony Writes Code or something. Anthony Writes Code. Anthony Writes Code. Yep. He created Git commit. He created a lot of great stuff. Check this guy out. I see he streams twice a week. He does a lot of Python open source development, and he actually uses some form of the Nano editor, which I didn't think possible any real professional would use at this level, but he does. Yeah, process monitoring. This depends. Yeah, of course, you will always need this. If you, for example, jump into a terminal, you write htop, you see all your open processes, and maybe I've leaked stuff again, but that's fine. This is great. We hit a follow goal. Herky, thank you so much. You are our 100th follower. Welcome so much. Yeah, maybe I should have also prepared something for hitting this goal, right? Thank you guys so much for being here, and thank you so much. Yeah, we can update the goal. Of course, we will never be finished, right? The follow jump scared you, not only you. It also scared me. The posting this, yeah. I need to, yeah, give Anthony a follow. Really great guy. I've been subscribed to him for a while, and I've been watching him like on and off for a while. Really great guy. So learning to live in a terminal, yeah, well, you don't have a visual interface with most of your servers, right? So it's important to find stuff there. Great. So there's no way around Git. VCS hosting depends on what your company is seeing. All you see is baking. What? Yeah, what? You're really confusing me. What do you mean all you see is baking? Do you need me to zoom in more? Which is probably smart anyway. So the VCS hosting will just be determined by a company. Usually you do not have any influence on this. I've worked with all of these, and I think that I worked with a fourth one that I don't know. That guy on Twitch channel, his last videos are about food. I think it was just from when he was watching another stream, right? So, oh, was he actually cooking? He is. Yeah, that's him. That's the guy. Baking pumpkin bread and pizza. You are right. He's just okay. What happened? Okay, are there any other videos? There's okay. Interesting. That's the guy on GitHub. Okay, so I'm gonna link his GitHub profile too. There you can see a Baby, which is the text editor, which I think is based on Nano, which is the one that I've been referring to, and he has a lot of great repositories, right? So there's a lot of stuff that he does. He also created a Nintendo Switch microcontroller where he automated catching shiny Pokemon, right? It's also pretty cool. So yeah, I've never watched his website. I'm a bit fanboying him for him. Okay, this doesn't look too special. But the thing that's great is I have no idea if this is a bigger or a separate repository. Right, pre-commit has been created by him, which I think is great. Right, pre-commit is super. Pre-commit is something that we are using also always before committing, which is why it says pre-commit. Found a job listing for junior DevOps roles at MSP. What is MSP? I'm not familiar with the name. With internal training classes for like half a year. Oh, okay. Imposter syndrome is hitting hard. Yeah, this is. Let me tell you about a story about MSP is managed service provider. Oh, at a MSP. My bad. I thought this was like at MSP, which was which stood for a name. Horror stories about MSPs from Reddit also haunt me. Getting comfortable with Linux would be my first step. Yeah, getting comfortable also means to work with it, right? So the thing is, imposter syndrome hits everyone pretty much, right? I did I think not last. This is the fourth or fifth stream that we're doing, and I think it's going fine. But during my first stream, I also ran into a few problems, right? And even though I did this a lot of times, and if you look at my bank statements, I'm really successful, I also thought, what the hell am I doing here? And luckily, I found some way to work past this. But imposter syndrome will always be a thing for most people. But the thing is, you can't fail if you don't try, right? And I don't. Well, this sounded wrong. Because this would say, don't try it, and because you could fail. But if you don't try, you can't succeed, right? And if you fail, you just learn from it and continue. You're qualified for Windows work at your current job. We do have Linux VMs. Grab more troubleshooting tickets. Yeah, go ahead. I've been talking to another friend yesterday, and he asked me whether I know a bit about servers. And friend asks you something, they usually need stuff. But I'm happy to help, and he told me his problem and if I had an idea what's wrong. And he said he has an 8 gigabyte server that he's using to upload videos, right, to Amazon. For he's selling products on Amazon. And when you're uploading videos, images, and 8 gigabytes are not enough. I asked him to show me his task manager, what process is running, what they're needing, and he literally sent me a screenshot of a Windows task manager. He has TeamViewer installed on this server, on this VPS, which is a Windows VPS. And yeah, well, it's not even Windows Server, it's Windows 10 Home something, and this takes a lot of resources. TeamViewer takes a shit ton of resources away from the machine. And all in all, he used this because other people are also logging into this machine, so there's always the same IP sending photos to Amazon, which is apparently important. So yeah, I asked him whether it would make sense to, or he asked me if I had a suggestion, and I was suggesting or questioning why he was using Windows. Right. And the thing is, yeah, because he doesn't know anything about Linux, then I asked him whether he really needs any Windows specific stuff, and turns out he doesn't. So um, I'll sit back down with him together next week and yeah, have a chat about how we can transition this to Windows, because what he's paying for all his VPS, it's not the only server he has, is very interesting. So as you said, we had a new goal. How can we edit this goal? Okay, I'm gonna start a new goal with 125 as suggested. Okay, let's go. There's another sound. Okay. Oh, yeah, you asked before on Hetzner, right? Sorry, let me scroll back up. Yeah, Hetzner rejected your account creation. Should you try it again, or it does not matter? Can you give me more information? Is there a reason why they rejected you? Or where are you from? I have never had a problem with Hetzner, but I'm hearing this from a few people in the community already. Because I didn't have a problem. You're from Georgia. I have no idea if this is like if this is a problem. Did you? I'm how am I paying? I think I'm paying with a direct debit. Did you add any means of payment, or did they not even allow you that? Because the funny thing is, when I created the Hetzner account, um, when they cre- uh, when I created my account, I wasn't even required to add a payment method, right? The first month of my servers have been running on their credit, and after the month they sent me an invoice, so I would please pay them. Actually, it was a long time until I changed to direct debit. I always got the invoice at the end of the month, and then I just paid it. You saw Reddit post which said if they rejected you, you just move on. Maybe you can. I mean, they're a German company, I think, which usually means their support does not suck too much, although it might take some time. Yeah, maybe give it a shot. Have a look, talk to them. Maybe they can offer you some sort of help. Some people host game servers at Tesla. Yeah, this is a big part of their business structure. Nobody would reject anyone. Yeah, I have also no idea, but maybe there's some internal stuff that's going on there. Scared of scammers? Yeah. I mean, this blows. I would offer you to create a server for you, so you could use it, but of course I would be liable for any bad stuff that would happen on there. So sorry. Now, there's other people or other providers that are also quite okay, I think. I mean, there was some person in the community recommended Linode, which apparently has a great offer right now, but this is a time gated offer. So yeah, maybe maybe don't. I don't know. Maybe have a look at this. If it's just for trying, yeah, maybe you could also rent. Like if you're just experimenting and trying stuff, you can also find maybe some free cloud credits, like with AWS Activate, or something else, and and try then, right? Give this a shot. This is channel points. Oh, you guys can now earn channel points because I am a Twitch affiliate now. Oh, great. Oh, well, there's my camera. Maybe we can do something with the channel points. I am, yeah, fine. So, is there anything you would want me to see? Because I'm kind of at a loss what I wanted to do today. I've been talking about the dropshipping idea, right? Or not? Yes, I was talking about it. Dropshipping niche. Actually, also thought about whether I would want to start dropshipping because this looked like a huge thing. But the topic was again, you have a huge field. Dropshipping is a huge field, and I always compare this to like the gold rush phenomenon, right? So during the gold rush stuff, people wanted to they wanted to mine gold. Okay, so but to mine gold, you probably need a shovel. You might need a pickaxe and stuff. So whenever there's a craze like the gold rush, or like there was with crypto, I like to like sell the shovels, right? And I want to sell the pickaxes to everyone who wants to try get lucky at finding gold or striking gold. If you're interested in dropshipping, you should check out TikTok. Yeah, I've also heard that these TikTok stores um, the are the future, or they should be extremely potent. I have to admit, I've never installed TikTok on my mobile phone. I don't have an account. Um, yeah, it's a bit against my personal ideals to use TikTok. It has been huge for the last couple of years. Really, I really slept on this one. But honestly, I didn't even think that I would be indulging any social media ever. And what I'm doing here with this community is actually way outside of the zone that I thought um, would be a would be what I'm doing, right? Yeah, the legal department will always strike back here, right? It's also like in Austria there was this huge Abmahnung or tiny lawsuit problem when people were using Google fonts. I was talking about this on one of the previous streams. If you are to use Google fonts, right, and you source them directly from their API, from their CDN, you are transmitting data to a US company, which is not allowed without consent. And if you just, for any person, are sourcing Google fonts, this could actually get you in minor trouble. But yeah, not having any experience with the imprint or with taxes. Yeah, I mean, you could have some agency for this, right? You could. There's the same for esports or for other Twitch streamers. I'm a successful Twitch streamer. I do not consider myself to be a successful Twitch streamer. I have 0 subscribers, obviously. But yeah, but I mean, you're completely right. This would actually play into what I said, to sell a shovel and not strike gold yourself. But I don't think I am confident or good enough to do this in any way, shape, or form. but yeah, having the experience with an imprint and with the legal stuff, this is important for all your things, right? Or for any SaaS business, you will have to have stuff. Yeah, you heard about the Google Fund stuff too. I have no idea. How far this went, right? I didn't really. I didn't get into trouble. I didn't get a letter from a lawyer's office. So let's have a briefly look at the rest of this roadmap. What is it? How do you set up a web server? Okay. I mean, everything that's here that is valid to some extent. But if you were to learn all of this before getting a job, I think it's stupid, right? Because everything might be used somewhere, but not everything will be, right? Like for Nginx, Tomcat, there's only probably one of them being used, right? Nginx being the most popular, I think. Yeah, I mean, load balancers, load balancers can be, this is such an ambiguous topic because load balancer could literally be one click in a cloud provider, or it could be a huge setup if you do it everything yourself. Yeah, okay, Docker looks different than everything else here, which is probably obvious. Nothing will work without Docker in the DevOps business, right? Cloud providers. Pick the one your company is working with, right? If your company is working with GCP, pick Google Cloud. If it's working with AWS, go ahead. If your company wants to spend significantly more money, go with Azure. Probably don't. Yeah, I mean, you should know about SSL because that's how the web works, right? But probably won't be using SFTP. You will use SSH, but most of these things, yeah, you learn about when you need them, right? There's also just, this is really like a buzzword bingo here. They just dropped a lot of stuff, like they just wrote email and then they wrote a lot of stuff that you found out about email. Okay, serverless. Yes, if you need it. If you don't, AWS Lambda, Azure Functions, and GCP Functions is pretty much the same stuff. You pick one that you need. Cloudflare also offers this. I actually use Cloudflare for my static pages. I really like Cloudflare. They're also the cheapest and also best to buy domains from because they sell you the domains at cost. Possibly you could get away without any of these infrastructure provisioning stuff. Can get away without using Ansible or Chef or Puppet. Yes, you will use some kind of CI and or CD product because you don't want to build everything manually because on every push you want to trigger stuff. We also did this on the first stream. Secret management, yes, something is interesting. Infrastructure monitoring, okay, I personally use Prometheus and Grafana together. They work really nice together. Application monitoring, yes, maybe usually when you have stuff in the cloud, you have this health endpoint that constantly needs to answer whether the application is okay, and your cloud provider can then even notify you if stuff's down. Yeah, usually whatever is fine for the logs management. Yeah, something might make sense. Kubernetes works or is required if you want to have zero downtime, if you want to also have a lot of redundancy, scale horizontally. Yeah, makes sense. I've never seen Docker Swarm in the wild, but it's also powerful. What else is there? Keep learning. Okay. Yeah, there's a few interesting things. I'd probably also go to have heard about most of them. But in any given job, you won't use all of these things. A lot of basics and protocols you learn about anyways in your career. Yes, true. True. So, I need to change the screen quickly because I have a client's project open in my PyCharm. Okay. So we're back in the repository for our community project, for the community front page, I should rather say. These obviously are not real values. These are from something that's in my database. And what do we have here? Great. So what we wanted to add, if there's any question or any topic that you would want me to, or if anything you would want to see me develop, I have a bit more time. I'm probably here until like 12, so 1.5 hours or so. So what was really important was to add links to this, right? So if you click these things, you would want to actually link to Twitch, to YouTube, to Discord. Yeah, I'm still not happy with this one. Okay, so we have our homepage. And one thing that I was talking about last week was we could also use components for this, right? The bit of an issue here is if we had to use a component, we would have to pass stuff into the component that is different for each of them, right? So we could, of course, have a variable for the background, have a variable for the link, and have a variable for the image, right? So, but since the image is not a name, because we didn't install the package from them, but rather we did just grab the SVG. It's super ugly to put this in there. We could of course also put this SVG into the file system and then read it from there. This would work, but I don't think we will go with this. So I'm gonna try something, right? So if I were to reference something, what's the first one? Is Twitch, right? So I were to reference this. Target would be blank because we want the people to stay on our webpage, right? So put this here. Does this work already? See, there's this side effect that I didn't want. And now this entire object is not clickable, right? But Barbara, good morning. I see you are back from your school run. But the difference also, see, this is now in a new line, and I don't want to have this in a new line. So there's a few more things that you could of course work with. Chilly outside. Yeah, I don't know where you're from. It says 9 degrees Celsius here for me, which I think is fine. Can we put this here maybe? No, I don't want to enter div. This does not work. Okay, so there's the card body. Card body ends here. Okay, now this is in the same. Okay, now everything here is clickable. It also has a different color, so it looks like a link. I'm not sure if we like this though. We could also have a on-click for the entire div. What do you guys suggest? Right, we could also have a click for everything here, but this of course also changes the cursor, which is good practice because this is what people are used to. So let's have a look at the next one. You are from good old sunny England. Okay. Not sure how sunny it's up there, but Actually, the times I've been in England, the weather wasn't bad. So we actually did this around the cart bodies all the time. Let's leave it for the last one. So we have here, the second is, what's the second? It's YouTube. This is the YouTube channel. Okay. And third one is Discord. I grabbed this from Substack. A Discord invite link. Let's refresh. Okay, the margins changed a bit, but I think just to look fine. If you click here, you go to YouTube. Click here, you will join the Discord server. Okay. So that's great. So now we added links to this. What else do we want to do? I mean, on here, someone raised an issue, or rather answered. They would like to contribute, and whether the issue was still open, I said yes, please go ahead. I was looking yesterday at the repositories, and I saw they actually forked the repository. Okay, so here was a fork, so they at least made some attempt to start out, to start contributing, but then didn't. So I'm not sure if I should wait, or if they don't care anymore. But yeah, we added them to, we pretty much added most of them here. So what is other things that are interesting here? Maybe we want to have a link collection for stuff. Maybe we want to show posts from Substack. Maybe have an embed from Discord. Are you guys aware of any other community that has a community webpage that we could let us inspire from, or let us be inspired by? English, tough. Because this is the problem where I'm losing. Like, right, this is where I have no idea what to do. I have no idea what should make sense there. I don't want to plaster this with affiliate links or stuff. I don't know. Anyone have an idea here? Togetherjava.org. Okay. Well, you are lucky that none of my bots just banned you for posting a link without question. Hey, is this an embed? Does this work? That is cool. Well, it would be cool if it worked. No, sorry. Well, okay. I'm not sure why this doesn't work. It's obviously not from Discord, but from widgetbot.io. Widgetbot.io. Maybe this is a corporation. Perfect Discord widgets for your website. Okay, yeah. Paper themed. Honestly, I'm at a bit of a loss here. I don't like this page too much. Okay, I'll have to make a quick bathroom break. if anyone has ideas that we can use for the full cycle developers page, or if they actually, I also want to make more regular content, right? Is there any? I mean, yeah. Before I hit the bathroom, here's stuff that I want to have planned, because I think what's important is community doesn't fizzle or die out, is to constantly deliver, right? I made a commitment to myself that I actually don't let this community die, or at least I try not to. So what I think, or what I identify to be important, is to both have other people from the community engage, which works super great. Like there's Bot Bomber, who's extremely active and helps out. He's also moderating the Discord and added a lot of stuff. Oh, there is a problem. That your chat in Twitch doesn't work at all. Ramio, you did follow today. Yeah, we may. Is any Deadman? Do you know if there are any of the bots like preventing him from, or preventing them? Sorry, didn't want to assume a gender here. Did anyone? Is there any of the bots that does actually prevent them from typing? Can't see any admin actions. I added Stream Elements and Streamlabs bots yesterday to the chat. Could this be a problem? Okay, I don't know what a pepcock. I have no idea what that is. Sorry, and I don't know who Fren is. Is that like the nanny from the super old TV show? Problems. LA8 problem. LA8 problem I would have gotten right. Okay, I would have understood that. Okay, let's get back to the community. We have the admin super active. He was the first person to help me get a few pointers on how to set up the stream, how to actually not make a fool of myself the first time. Super thankful for that. Bot Bomber helping a lot with the Discord. He has been moderating stuff. He set up the community project channels, which I wanted to talk over as well. Channels and roles, most been done, have been done by him. So if there's stuff that you care about, or any roles that you want to get for yourself, you go to the Discord server, you click on channels and roles, and you select whatever you want, right? So which notifications you want to get, what your programming languages do you use, how you would classify yourself, whether you're a beginner, intermediate, or advanced. Your thought was for the community site to allow Discord logins so people can contribute articles with discussions, perhaps backended to a thread in Discord. Yes, I think I understand what you mean. You wouldn't even need to have a Discord login, right? So what works is you can, for every channel, let's say general, have webhooks, right? So you could create a webhook. Yeah, and you would have a webhook URL. You would just put stuff here, right? So I could actually create a GitHub action to every time there has been a commit on GitHub to post into one of the channels. This would work too. You're a total noob at Twitch. That's no problem. The question, I don't think that this is does anything have to do with you being new to Twitch? You don't also you don't have to feel sorry for anything. There's some really good API features in Discord here. So honestly, Plexo, by the way, super grateful for your engagement. For everyone pretty much that's talking Coca, you've been also super active. But not only the people from the stream, right? So the stream might not be for everyone, maybe because the information density isn't as high. We're just casually chatting here, and people might not have that or want to make time for this, or are in a completely different time zone, right? The question is, what do I, and as an extension, we all need to do to keep this community going and growing, of course. all of you that are listening or watching right now are super early members, or I consider you guys super early members, and I want to, doesn't matter where it's going, um, want you to guys have a special place here. So I won't forget you guys. I actually have a list with a lot of active people. Yeah, it kind of sounds like a shadow ban. That's true. Did you create um, some unsolicited posts that people didn't like? Yeah, I'm not sure. I wasn't aware Twitch would shadow ban. Okay, you have a question here. Great. Okay. I read this actually. Something that's been in your mind. Figma is a common design tool these days. Do you have any tips, tools, content to process to go from Figma designs to working Django templates? Yes, actually, I do. Do you have a Figma project for us to look at? I have a few Figma projects that I worked on for clients, but I obviously can't show them on stream. But if you link me one, I can give you a few pointers because there's you can get most of this from stuff, right? They also show you all the spacing and things. So okay, not right now. If anyone has a Figma design that we can have a look on, please post them either in the Discord channel or in the Twitch chat. I can show you a bit around because I had to work with a few of them myself. Let's go back to the community. Sorry, I'm drifting off so much here. Thanks again to everyone who's here and everyone who wants to help us grow. And I think what's important is that everyone needs to feel welcome too, right? So no one's being scolded for asking basic questions. Super fine. And of course, I also want to put out content that you people like, or maybe someone of you wants to put out content too. I know David Drodol, I'm not sure if he's here right now, said he would want to do a write-up on stuff that we did on the first stream. He hasn't done so yet. I'm not sure if he still plans on doing. I'll have to check in with them. The other thing is, you guys probably remember the first stream where we did like from 0 to deployed in, I think, 4 hours because I've been talking so much. I actually tried to make shorter videos out of this and have this as a base for everyone who's coming in new to learn this, right? Because this is the approach that I was probably suggesting for most opportunities. If I am to do this Printify thingy that I've been talking about in the general chat, yes, I will also use the same setup. I am what's this called? Practicing what I'm preaching. I think that's the phrase. So yeah, I think we do this. Can run through the mainstream hosting option and how to deploy the cookie cutter. You on clouds, on AWS and GCP. Well, the way we just deploy it, or I deploy it, is on a VPS, and yes, you can also get a VPS in any of the cloud platforms, like on GCP, on AWS. But on AWS, like, this is the EC2 machine. On GCP, it's a cloud compute, I think is the name. And they're just extremely expensive because the benefit of them is that they would work significantly better with other products within the cloud, right? So if you were to use a Redis service inside AWS, then hosting on EC2 makes things great or better. But if you're not using any of the other cloud products or only using S3, you're losing a lot of the benefit and you're paying 4 times over or something like that for the same service. So I don't really want to show something that I would not recommend. But you're right with the run through this. I wanted to cut the first stream into pieces because we showed a lot of stuff, right? We created a project, we deployed the project, and of course we also added billing. And I wanted to make a few videos, which we would then release as a basis, right? The problem was that I found them so dragged out because I always drifted off, and I always talked about these things, that things, then I had a new idea, talked about this one, so there was no real concrete um, flow of information there, right? So it was actually I at times got bored by all of this, and yeah, so I think I will have to do this all over again, super focused, maybe even without having the chat there, like I would do it for like one of the online course sites. Maybe I should create an online course, accessible for free, um, and also learn about how to work with videos. Okay, there have been three more questions that I will answer right after I'm back from the bathroom. Um, I'll be right back, guys. I will also thank the photos soon. BRB. Give me 1 to 2 minutes, and I'll also what happened now. And I will also come grab something to drink. So if you need a bathroom break or want to grab a drink, go ahead. BRB. I need to mute. Yeah, obviously. Okay. Romeo, thank you for adding two more follows. I hope it works now. I still don't see anything in in the chat, and I also just realized that my face is covering chat, which is not ideal. I would think. Um, Okay, so any idea how long past streams will be available? You mentioned a 7-day period. Okay. So on YouTube, I put all past streams. Yeah, and I think they are there forever. But honestly, if I now think about it, our videos, they are still all here, right? So this is from 11 days ago, and it's still available. So I guess you can still have a look here. But I will also put all of them on YouTube. I also put them on 2 days ago. I mean, they're not getting a lot of views, but I think it makes sense to have this archive. Even for me to learn, right? So I'm also rewatching most of my videos and streams, and I'm not happy with most of the performance, honestly. But I think I'm still learning from this. I just wanted to know if Twitch will take them out or anything. I don't know, honestly. I have no idea. Before I started streaming, before you saw my first stream, I deleted a past stream from 10 years ago. So that was funny. I think there's some sort of option to refresh them on Twitch. Does it matter? Do you guys care whether they stay there? I mean, okay, let's click on any of them. No, I clicked on the category now. They're good as reference. Yeah, sorry. I also think they are great, so you can see that I'm actually with some regularity putting out content. So there's that, but I can also only edit and delete it here. But I did put this one into a category, so I was hoping that it would stay. Yeah, hope this works. I'm doing good. Brad Pitt will play me in the remake. Oh boy. Yeah, maybe it's different if you're watching live, right? But this is a problem myself that I also have when I'm talking to other people, is that I want to have a huge information density, right? Ideally, I would want to have an instant transmission of what they're thinking, and when people are talking slowly, I always imagine or try to make up what they're gonna say because I'm getting bored as people talk at many points. I've been getting better at controlling this, but sadly, that's not one of my best traits. So that's the uncut versions. Yes. A bit blind on the methodology. Yeah. Are you on the stream right now? If you're on the stream, give me a shout or anything that you are talking about in specific. Yeah, this is also what I've been seeing as a problem. If new people are coming here and are joining the streams, they probably don't know what this guy's talking about. So I think it would make sense to have over here or also in Discord where like you have your server guide, you have your rules, and this resource here from our rules, and this should probably get you going, right? What we should probably have something of what is a full cycle developer, and what are we trying to achieve? What is something that you probably should read up on, or which of our content should you look at? Should you look at probably not at a 6-hour live stream, but you should probably have a look at maybe 20-minute video, or have a look at our Substack posts and all of these things. So this would also make sense. Yeah. I think if you want to break down the videos at the end, then we going on would make okay. Then going on, we would need to make a list of topics at the start of each stream that you can work through. Dedicate some time, question time, and anything else. Okay. I would love to know the full process goes from planning, wireframe, etc. The full process really. Yeah, if we were to create either this Printify thingy or the other software project that I'm still negotiating with this client, where I offered them a 10% discount if we were to, if I was allowed to make the 3 milestones live on stream. Yeah, we could do something like this. Have you tried joining a different channel typing? Hang on, I'm gonna give you Romeo. Are you still listening? Type in the Discord channel which user you are using currently, which Twitch account you're using. Then I'll try to make that Twitch account a moderator, which you should probably, or a VIP or something, and we should probably give you some kind of special treatment. Then we can see if you can actually post something then. So let me know if this, if we can do this, because that's really weird. But of course, if you're making multiple accounts from the same IP address, I gather Twitch also realizes that you're the same person, you still stay banned. If you were to create a new account, new VPN and stuff, maybe this would work differently. I'm not too sure about this. Back to the first one. Which one was the first one, buddy? It was Romeo with an underscore, I think. Okay. So I'll try to mod you. Yeah. Okay. Try if you can post now. Okay, now it works. Now I'm gonna unmod you. Try again. Did you try again? Oh boy. Okay. Well, I can't leave you a moderator, I think, because this would be a bit unfair to most other peeps. See if this was automod / permissions. It should say something. Okay. You just tasked me with something I have no idea about. Am I created in my my creator dashboard? Settings, nope. Content, nope. Community, roles manager, activity. Okay, thank you for linking this to me. Automod. I'm gonna show this to you here. There's less filtering, there's no filtering, and I don't see any actions. Would I see this here? Possible and likely invaders, maybe this. But I haven't banned anyone, so cheddar verifications. Buddy, you are a moderator, can't you handle this for me? So chat verification. Oh, okay. Verified email. Do you have your email verified, Romeo? Because I think moderators, yeah, see, verification exemptions will not be required to verify. Let's also put this to subscribers and VIPs. Yeah, phone verification is off. Yeah, actually, let's make chats without the must have an account older than 1 week. Maybe this makes sense. Is this automatically? Yeah, Romeo, give it a shout. Try again. If your account is older than 1 day, which probably is. Hopefully it is. Um, you made the account today. Okay. Let's make you a VIP for today, so you can actually participate, and tomorrow you can chat as a regular. Okay. So you are now. I appreciate that you created an account, hopefully just to watch my stream. So, there you go. Well, before all of this, right? Yeah, that's why you made the account. Okay. Well, thank you so much. That's really great. You actually made 3 accounts to follow me, which is also cool. Not sure if this is unethical or not, but I can't do anything about it or against it. So, yeah, what I've been talking, I want to continually create content because I think, actually, this is what I read everywhere. If you have the consistency, stuff will eventually work out. Yeah. So I also probably should start posting this somewhere else. In fact, the only point where I've ever posted about this community, this is probably where you guys found this from, is on the subreddit, on the Django subreddit. Right, so if you go to profile and my post, you see that the thing I talked was this one, like, right? Interested in watching me develop a full SaaS product as a community event, right? It's got 140, over 140 upvotes. A lot of views I did not notice before. Great. A 95% upvote rate, which is also pretty cool. And people have been interested. This is great. I got so much good feedback here. So I think the idea is great. Actually, there was no one of you that ever said any negative word to the content. So I guess if people don't care, they just leave, which is fine too. And that's a question. Maybe we should put this somewhere else. We should also think about an end goal, because right now there have been a few people that were able to use the company, sorry, the community to grow. So that's good. I also want to maybe get some success stories going. Maybe this is interesting. This is something that you care about, but for success stories, we actually need to have success stories within the community. I don't want to post my success stories. One question that I didn't answer, or one thing that I said I would talk about on stream was people asked what I was doing before doing this. So does anyone care about my personal, what's it called? It's not CV, but what I did before, or my general education stuff. If you care about this, but I don't think that this makes that much of a difference, because as long as you're dedicated, you can achieve pretty much most of those things. So if you have personal questions that might just interest you, go ahead. I'm totally fine with answering most of them. Otherwise, please give me something to do for the last hour. Otherwise, I'm just gonna do some on-stream research for the Printify. Because Printify, this is something that I think it has I'm rambling on again about the same thing again. But this is a niche. It isn't even a niche. It's a real business field. It's a big field. But same principle that I want to talk about is Shopify, right? So there is Shopify, which is a huge platform that allows you to sell stuff online, create your own shop, and this also has a huge amount of connections, right? So if you are looking at the Shopify, maybe this is what this community is also about. Like maybe this variety of different things, right? Yesterday I've been talking about deployment. Today I'm talking about Printify, a shit ton of different businesses and fields. Shopify, let's go. Shopify. I'm still failing to call it Shopify most of the time. I still call it Spotify, which obviously is wrong. Shopify Marketplace or the app place. This? No? Okay, it's apps. It's not what I care about. I care about this Shopify App Store, right? So, of course, the Shopify stores are by default not super powerful. They have the basic stuff, but there's this article about an open source alternative to Shopify called Medusa. We can look at this too. The reason why Shopify I think is so super important is because they let you do your business from the start, right? You sign up with Shopify, you add your banking details, fill out a few forms, and you can already start selling. They take care of hosting and everything, right? They also take care of payment processing for you, which is great. They also have a generous free plan. They are the go-to for creating a shop if you are not tech savvy person. Murdoch, maybe I should have the chat here too. Yeah, maybe. So if I'm rambling on here, have the chat here too. So yeah, maybe I should even add an overlay for the chat. I don't know. What I was talking about is you're saying an open source alternative, right? Open source alternative tells me probably need some idea of a technical variety. If you have no technical, I mean, maybe there's also not self-hosted, right? Maybe a lot of open source stuff tends to require self-hosting. But what I'm talking about Shopify is you don't have to bother with most stuff. And yeah, let's have a look at what I was talking about with the different business angles here. The plain Shopify store covers basic needs, right? You can sell a product and that's great. But what's also super potent is the Shopify App Store, which means you as a creator or as a developer rather can create a app that interfaces with the Shopify store and adds a lot of different stuff to it, right? So this is the landing page for the App Store. I actually personally created 2 Shopify apps myself in the past, so I know a bit what I'm talking about. Of course, there's email marketing with pop-ups. Maybe like if you are, for example, were to get on Substack, this is my Substack page, and you were not logged in, right? So I'm gonna open this one. See, if you go here as a new customer, you are, for example, prompted to subscribe or sign up with Google. I haven't seen this much, but this captures people. Maybe, I don't know. I have 80 Substack subscribers by now, which I think is also super great. But Substack also cares about capturing things. I can't even disable this, right? There was this poll, and if you were to vote on a poll, this one is closed now, but of course. But if you were to vote on it, you would also have to add your email. And you want to capture emails so you can market to people. This is a functionality that Spotify does not give you out of the box, but additional apps do. Something that's European fulfillment. I have no idea what this is about, but what this pretty much is. These are all apps that extend your Shopify store, and Shopify is typically not used by super tech savvy users, which means you can probably, being a tech-savvy user or developer yourself, create products that are important for them, right? So, for example, I want to make discounts and promotions. I click on them, and you as a developer can actually use the App Store from Shopify to sell your apps, right? So the user would install this. There is the 7-day trial. I have no idea how much this costs afterwards. Here you see they are charging $12 a month or $13 a month for stacking discounts and whatever things, right? And all this app does is interfaces with the Shopify store and manipulates things on the site, right? And honestly, most of these things that I'm seeing here are rather easy to develop yourself. You just have to have the idea and also think about developing something for an existing big ecosystem. Shopify is huge. A lot of people use Shopify, and there's a lot of potential customers out there. Are those just like Django apps? Let me show you the developer portal, because this is something that you're gonna love. This one, and basically you can use whatever technology you want to create a Shopify app. There's 3 different apps that exist, and for example, there's the embedded app that lives inside the Shopify admin panel. There's a different one that's a completely different website entirely. And there's also a third option, which we are going to explore in the documentation. But there is also examples. Where are the examples? Because this is interesting, because they actually have a Django example. There's also themes, of course. You can create a theme for your store to look different. Apps. Yes, apps. There were these templates. Where are these? This all looks so different from the time I started this. I don't want to create themes. Yeah, I don't want a Node.js package. Build an app. Okay. Okay, you linked something for me. Yes. This I think is what we need. But I'm wondering why this is so focused on JavaScript here. What is Prisma here? Okay. What's this all about? Some QR code? Can I make some settings where I say what I'm using? Okay, there is a search probably. I'm gonna put in Django and see if it's something. Because this is about Bomber. The one that you linked was from the last thing that changed here was from July 2022, which is actually quite some time past. Yeah, I mean, okay, this will be a starter, but yeah, Django. These applications can work in a variety of ways, right? You can connect with. You don't even have to have an API, an SDK. Sorry, you could use the Open API for everything, and create it in C if you were to be a maniac. You can have a lot of different stuff that works here, and you can pretty much do everything. You can have stuff that works inside the admin panel. Okay. You can also inject stuff into the storefront, which has not had a separate API back then when I worked with it. interesting. There is development frameworks and SDKs. Um, there is no more Python here. Very interesting. Okay, so the Shopify Python API has been updated recently, or more recently, okay. Very interesting. I have no idea why they completely ditched Python and Django. See, it's also not here on any of these. Maybe they just wanted to do the most popular things. But if you know Django and you are working with Django, you can definitely work with it, right? Everything that's possible with curl is possible with Python requests. So I'm drifting away. This is why I can't make videos from the streams, because I'm pretty much talking in circles here, and I'm wasting so much time talking about random stuff. But these Shopify applications is something that could also be extremely lucrative. You can make a lot of money developing these. And there's like, you can do contract work by creating, by just changing themes. Yeah, you can create an entirely new type of product, or sorry, type of application. Like really, the sky's the limit here. The only thing you need, of course, as always, is an idea. The applications that I built on Shopify were a private application, so they are not listed on the App Store. They were just for one customer, or for two separate customers, and this was fine back then, super fine. But of course, it was a problem that they had, and I just solved their problem. Right, and it was their idea. So if you are talking to people that are like, for example, any possible contact or any type of person that's in some way or form inside the business world, might be a great contact for you. So if you find someone that does e-commerce and that is selling socks online, right, could give you a great idea. Yeah, because they are using Shopify and they say it's so much work to do this and that. And if you hear this phrase, it's so much manual work, or I wish there was something that would automate or something, this is where you come in. This is where you can make your money. And of course, always try to find a product already existing. Of course, this is always possible that something like this already exists. If something already exists and is super bad and has a lot of people following it, great, you can probably poach them or whatever. Yeah, it's fair business. If you are providing a better product, people will come to you, unless they are bound to this old product for whatever reason. But you could of course also make an import from the other tool, and as per European law, they would have to provide you with all your personalized data. So the other application would have to give your new customers the data, which you could then import. So yeah, Shopify applications. If you were to find something, this makes sense. Like Klaviyo, this one here, is a super expensive emailing service or marketing service, and just the connection to Klaviyo is super expensive. Or it was back then. Maybe it's no longer the case. Yeah, this is great. This is what I was talking about. But you could init this for other applications too. Which template would you like to use? Node? There's only Node. Okay. I can't believe that they really ditched Python for app templates. See, it's no longer here. It was here. Man. I don't want to use Ruby and React, for example. This is just too much. It's not important. App with extensions only. Ah, okay. Well, yeah, maybe you also want to work with either of these technologies. Yeah, if you're fine with, I'm still kind of offended that you are offering PHP and not Django. It's obvious that they'll use Ruby because they also use Ruby for everything you see here. Spotify is powered by Ruby. Okay, if you care about this, have a look at the Shopify Django app. What Django version are they using? They're using version 3. Maybe there's a more up-to-date fork. I don't want to fork, I want to look at existing forks. Oh, it is all... No, you can't have private forks, obviously. Weird. Yeah. This is also something where you could make a lot of money because you could leverage an already existing huge marketplace and an area where a lot of people are. And yeah, of course, difficulty with this much competition is to obviously find people. Find an idea. Sorry, people. There are a lot of people, and yeah, something from Pipey. Yeah, is this official? Yeah, I'm not finding a GitHub repository here too, but okay. Yeah, I mean, you can download the source file. But yeah. I want a file browser without downloading. Yeah, maybe this makes sense. If you were to actually have an idea and want to realize this, we can have a chat about it again with more concrete stuff. Or actually, I don't know if you guys would be down for this. Would you care about watching me try a completely new technology that I've never worked with before? Probably fail like a toddler and learn alongside with me. Is this something that you care about? Because I think on the stream, we can really make this a playground for different stuff, right? So if we were to create small YouTube videos, I think they should be high quality, and they should really get to the point of what we're trying to achieve. But I mean, if I'm trying out a new technology, I'm obviously stumbling and falling over every little hurdle at the beginning. So the question is just whether I should stream this and you want to watch me, or and make fun of me maybe, or yeah, if you don't care and want me to fail silently. It's both possible. It's not even there. There's not even a third party API for Django for Python. Okay, they really ditched it. Okay, interesting. Okay, trying to learn, understand new tech. Gladly. I mean, I can just try and we could see how it goes. You find it weird because you looked at this exact same thing a few months ago, and you were sure Django was on the list. Okay, well, glad I'm just not going insane myself. What new techs are we talking? Learning is a key part of anybody's journey. It's good to see someone else learning and struggling too, especially if they're experienced in other areas. Success isn't essential for this, I guess. Yeah, more just seeing the process. I do agree, and honestly, when I was at a how do I call it a less experienced level, uh, I've been browsing this Twitch category for people that were pretty much doing exactly the same thing that I'm asking you if you were interested. I just wanted to see someone else that has experience in some other area, try and learn something new and see whether they can make anything of this. But I wouldn't know which new tech. Honestly, I yeah I would need to have some use case. All right. So, um, thinking about what we said in the Discord server, someone suggested the Daisy UI. I looked at it and it looks pretty pretty. I really like this. I think it's really really nice. And I mean, I'm just not a huge fan of. Uh, I mean, see, this is why I like Bootstrap so much. This is actually a really cool way of showing. Like in Tailwind, you can put all of these things there to change stuff, right? You can change and modify everything. And in Bootstrap, of course, you have like your primary button. But this just makes Bootstrap out of Tailwind, right? Am I understanding this wrong? I mean, Tailwind only, this, okay. But Tailwind plus Daisy UI pretty much just looks like Bootstrap to me. I don't know, man. This is. I think it does look pretty, extremely pretty. I always dig such effects because I like neon and I also really like the purple and blue combinations. But uh, you're using Daisy UI. Basically, all it does is add some decorators and themes. So what's the difference between Daisy UI and, say, a Bootstrap theme? Oh, it doesn't include any app layout, so you don't have Flexbox, for example. Okay, you have components. I understand this one. You don't have any layout. Um, why do you not want to have any layout here? This is would make it, for me, it would make it significantly harder, because I am relying on Bootstrap layout and on Flexbox to make stuff behave not weird. So maybe this was your post that I saw. I think this looks super great, extremely pretty, but if this doesn't help me with layout, So you're using this on top of Tailwind CSS, and how do you do your layouts? What would you suggest? You also bought a layout kit for a tenner. I have no idea what a tenner is. What is a tenner? £10 note. Oh, I see. You're British too, so I guess that means £10. Okay. All right. Yeah. Thank you. Sorry. Okay. Great. Yeah. I also recently learned that in Canada, a $1 coin is called a loonie, and a $2 coin is called a toonie. So there's loonies and toonies. So a tuner is also a two pound coin, I think. Yeah. Oh, so I really dig how this looks. And you bought this layout kit for a tenner on here, because I might be down on using this, but so this is the store. I can put in my. Oh, the layout kit is not a daisy kit. Okay. So theoretically, I could also use this pretty theming stuff here for a Bootstrap, right? So, but I was looking at a Bootstrap theme, and wait, is this something that I care about? See, I only care about stuff like this, right? The way like this one here, right? So this dark looks pretty great. Synthwave I also like a lot. I would like to have the same for Bootstrap, yeah. But I didn't find this anywhere. I don't care about anything like this, right? I don't want to have separate components. I don't want to have a predefined admin dashboard shit. I don't care about this. I want to build this myself if I care. But I want to have the color. Yeah, Daisy doesn't work with Bootstrap. Yeah, I gathered as much. So this is why I'm asking whether there is a Bootstrap alternative. Do you recommend? The layers don't have to be free either. I'm fine spending a tenner or two on that stuff. But what I would love is Bootstrap 5, the current Bootstrap, with different color schemes. So I could have like Synthwave looks really great. If this were a Bootstrap template, I would really love it. So maybe I would just go with Tailwind, learn how to do layouts with Tailwind, and then put in the Daisy with the pretty colors. That would definitely go with Synthwave, I think. Guys, do you like this theme, this Synthwave theme? Probably not, because whoever I've been talking to and I've been showing what themes and color combinations I like, there were not a lot of people on board with me. They all look great. Just to be clear, you would use this on top of Django? Yes, we would use this instead of Bootstrap. See here, we have, in fact, we're not really using a plain Bootstrap. So on last stream, if we are looking at our base HTML file, we have added Tabler, right? So Tabler, what Tabler does, let me remove Tabler for you, and then reload the website. You will see this looks like crap, right? This doesn't work at all anymore. I'll add it back in, and it looks like this, right? So what Tabler does, it has also been suggested inside the Discord community, is you can create develop beautiful web apps, as they call it. And yeah, they have this UI kit. They also have documentation with all the components, and they are pretty much the same as Bootstrap components, but they look different. Right, so you have your buttons somewhere, and buttons look like this now. And if you were to go to Bootstrap and go to Bootstrap 5, there's buttons here somewhere too, of course. So you go to buttons. These are the Bootstrap buttons, the regular Bootstrap, and this is like Tabular or Tabular Bootstrap probably, because this behaves the same way as Bootstrap, and it's pretty much just a recolor, which is great. I really like this one, and I would love to have this looking like this. So I think this is really great. And looking like Daisy UI, I mean, this is what I am used to when using when I use Tailwind, or how people told me the Tailwind works, because you can customize everything you want, but you don't want to have every button look differently, right? You want to have your same button across the entire site, right? You want to have something like this, right? You want to have this primary button. For a primary action, you want to have this primary button. Okay? So this is why Bootstrap always made so much more sense to me. So if I could have something that looks as great as this, without me having to spend the better part of my life on creating this myself, and it works as great as Bootstrap, and it works and it looks as great as Daisy UI, then I would be super down. But what Tabular does is doesn't really do much more besides restyling Bootstrap a bit. And I would love to have something restyling Bootstrap even more. See there. Okay, there's some dark too here. So I'm gonna go to the documentation and see how I can make this dark. I would probably do. These are the base colors, great. So how do I make it dark? Do I just change this on the body? Okay, we are here in dark. We're gonna inspect this. We are gonna do the copy. Yeah, you do data BS theme dark. So I would go here to my body tag, add this class. Of course, close this. Refresh here, and okay, this is dark now. So the background is dark. How do I also get a dark button? I thought it would go hand in hand. So this body, there's nothing different here. This is row deck. There are a different distribution, maybe this demo here has only the dark icon. Yeah, the data DS theme dark to the body. Great, this is what we did. So maybe I need to clear my cache. Yeah. Okay, let's go into a. Okay, this still looks wrong. So these aren't dark. Was there? Here is the color. Right. Let's have a look at what this does again. Yeah, it just puts theme light and dark, and there is a display label somewhere, I guess. Yeah, hide theme dark, which means it will be hidden if there's dark theme, and this will be hidden if there's a light theme. And yeah, it just referenced there. Then this will grab this, but interesting. Yeah. However, there's this dark theme, which is also it looks okay, but it doesn't look as great as this does. Wait, as great as this does. There's a sun icon that's dark to the body. Yeah, I tried to. Maybe I'm too stupid. Flowbyte, tried preline. Yeah, okay, what's Flowbyte? Flowbyte Django, what's this? Is this something we put inside our... Okay, okay, yeah, well, this is pretty much just the more tiring approach. I think you should put the theme on the HTML tag. Ooh, what? Here? Want me to edit here? Yeah, this didn't change much. Two built-ins for Daisy UI. I thought there were no layouts built in. Layout and typography. It's all handled with Tailwind CSS utility class. So, this would look like there is layouting here, right? So if I have a grid, if I have Flexbox, it should work well. Also, oh, you mean like the standard container? Is this what you're referring to? You have a pagination here. You have a lot of stuff. That's pretty great. Just like would be the top bar, like we see here. What's the tab? Oh, okay. Yeah, this is pretty much this is similar to Bootstrap. If you go into colors on the menu, colors where here. Oh, here. Wait, here. Colors here. I'm sorry, I have no idea where I have to where you want me to click colors. With Daisy UI, you said BG primary and BG secondary. Yeah. Okay, I see. Yeah, that's what yeah, great. But this just looks like it would bootstrapify. Right? So if I were just to write a BG primary, it would be like Daisy UI here. Yeah, great. This just looks like Bootstrap, which is fine. It's a theme generator. Oh, they actually give you the warning that I talked about last time. If you you can't purge stuff that you don't need. I see. Okay. Yeah, the thing is, we would need a front end pipeline to make it work with this, right? Actually, while we're at it, I have a bit more. I have not generated a cookie cutter repository with any of the. Yeah, I can include the CDNs, but this is not that pretty, right? Because you put in everything. Yeah, and you probably don't need everything. But an option here for cookie cutter Django is to go with a front end pipeline. So maybe we care about going with Webpack here. I don't know. I actually want to create this quickly and have a look at this one. So I go into my playground. Let's cookie cutter this, and let's just quickly look into the project if this is something that we could actually work off. Webpack test. I don't care about anything else. I will not put this anywhere online. None. Yes, please. Don't care, don't care. No, no. Here I'm gonna put 4. Don't need Celery, don't need any of the other services. Actually wouldn't have needed white noise, I'm not gonna deploy. Great job, okay. BRB, I'm not gonna show my file system. I'm gonna open this new project that we just generated and see what this makes different. Right, so what's different here? Okay, I can do type checks with Webpack. And there is quite a few things that we see are different. I would love for them to give us the option to ditch the docs folder. I really don't want to have the docs folder. So there's something new here. There is the Webpack folder, which of course has the different configuration here. There is the package.json, which means there is a lot of stuff to possibly install. Let's look at the base HTML, because this should also look a bit different. I just want this. Yeah, okay, see this, let's reformat this. Okay, so there is the Webpack loader. Fine, so far. The bundles are being rendered by whatever the Webpack loader does. Not too familiar yet. Then, is there anything new here? There's Node. Okay, Node needs to run too. Why? Does it also need to run for production? Probably not. No, okay, so it's being bundled for production, which means that there is something interesting in the production Docker file. Is it here? Do we have Node here somewhere? Yeah, we have Node here, which means... Okay, so it's building, when we would deploy this, it would build the JavaScript part. While, of course, when we're running locally, we want to have Node running, so we also have hot reload. Okay, so far so good. Is there anything else different here? This looks pretty basic. Any different dependencies? No. This is okay. Okay, rest looks pretty identical. So what's the big difference here? Why? What's nice here? So of course, what we can do now is, of course, install additional plugins. Yeah. And also use them. Anything different? We have Django as a proxy here. We don't have it here probably. Okay, it's in Webpack bundles, which also means that the base HTML, the loader, will render the bundles from there. Okay, so far so good. What is this? Why is this called translate instead of trends? Is this just new? Oh, okay, that's probably both. And okay, so there's Webpack test, which is what we created. Are there any other templates that we can learn from? This is base. Okay, this is boring. This is all the same. Why is this so horribly formatted? Let's have a look at the documentation if they are telling us any more about the benefits of the frontline tab here. Yeah, okay, it doesn't help much to link it here. Yeah, because you have all your stuff, you bundle it, and then you can pretty much use it here. You can create your bundles there. They will be built together, so you could use something like this. And yeah. I know how to work with this. I haven't though much in the past. So the question is whether I want to use this and learn a bit by using this. And compromise the quality, overall quality a bit. Okay, let's look at the other things that you've been recommending for styling. Starter templates from layouts. Oh, okay. I don't honestly don't like them too much. So what do these give me? Like are these building blocks that I can use? Yeah, let's not worry about whether they are free or not. Because here I would have 3 elements. I could just put them in a row with MD4. UI layouts. Do you really mean layouts, or do you mean like themes and templates and stuff? Because what I call a layout, or let's look at the Bootstrap layout. Is you have the templates. Okay, templates. I don't think we would need templates as long as we have ideas, right? Okay, a highly opinionated template. Okay. So, for example, here, if you usually were just to put in two inputs, they would render below or anywhere really. And here, with this, you create a row, and inside the row, you can have a multiple of items. Here, there is 2 columns, one and 2, and yeah, so they're next to each other. Of course, this is without looking at the other code. You have you have 1 row. Actually, this could actually be one entire row depending on the breakpoints. So let's have a look at how this works. Okay, so as I mentioned last time, you define the space in units, and 1 row has 12 units total. So if you give this a width of 6 units and this 2, this will on a large screen be in 1 row. When you make the screen smaller, right, below median. Where is the breakpoint? Here is the breakpoint. This will break over and just be one row anymore. One row again. So the next one is 12, so this will always take off full width. There's another full width, and then here is something different. This looks like it's 6, and this is 4, and this is 2, maybe? Yeah, 6, 4, and 2. Okay. Great. So my wife and kid just came home, so I think I'm gonna wrap it up here. And we are just gonna talk about it next time. I actually planned on doing it to quarter to 12. So we're gonna make some discrete points, some concrete points that we're gonna do and work on next stream. So we maybe actually have some less chaos here. The Don GP, thank you for following on this late minute in the stream. Okay, so for next stream, I'm gonna share with you whatever I came to conclusion with using Webpack inside Django, if this makes any sense. And I will also think about what we want to do on the community page, because this is not ideal, and I don't think I want to have this this way. If you care about any more content for articles, give me a shout. And yeah, otherwise we're gonna see what happens inside our Discord. If anyone wants to share this community with others, you are more than welcome, of course. And any questions, any help required, give us a shout. If you have a success story that we can share, let us know too. If you failed somewhere and would like to have some help to prevent you from failing again, same applies. Okay, so see you guys until next time. Peace. Actually, I'm gonna do the ending screen for 5 minutes. Okay, so ending soon. See you. Bye.